Let's just start to feel or try to feel our authentic vital dynamics. One dynamic that helps to be authentic is to feel the weight, because it helps us to realize how much we're doing, and if we can have some period where we have less of doing, like less doing in the feet, less doing in the legs, less doing in the pelvis. So it's an interesting message to our muscles, but it's also a very interesting message to our nerves, especially when we invite our jaw to be free and open, and slowly also allow our eyes to be covered by our eyelids. And also see what happens in terms of weight when we are choosing to invest in not doing in our belly and lower back. So with a non-doing and the awareness of weight, we give permission to things to gravitate. That's a movement that uses gravity to correct positions, contacts. Posture, and usually helps things to find the best place by themselves. And most of the time, the first reaction to the permission of gravitating is moving toward the earth, the center of the earth. But the more interesting, especially the different movements to the front, to the left, to the right, and also a lot of upward movement can be invited when we allow things to gravitate. So like the pelvic floor is giving support for the organs and the digestive tract. Of course, they all can be contacted, and when you stop doing, there's oftentimes an end of the downward movement, and then there's an upward movement or a backward or forward movement starting to become more obvious. So the lower part of the upper body can start to contain itself and to support itself. From the pelvic floor, the resting pelvis, and all the organs piling up on this plate or trampoline of connective tissue, supporting our belly from underneath and from deep inside. Then this dynamic also can continue when we give permission for the central part of the upper body to rest. If we invest in the non-doing, giving permission to the upper part of the digestive tract to rest on the lower part and to receive the different dynamics and inspirations for direction, connection, condensing, expanding, change of shape, change of size. It's what the organs are very good at in their pulsating notion. Releasing and gravitating towards their centers and expanding and releasing towards their surfaces. The upper part of the digestive tract. If we invest in non-doing, just finding where it is tending to the front, to the back, to the right, to the left, downwards, inwards, or outwards and upwards, touching the diaphragm from underneath, supporting the diaphragm, giving permission to relax into the area underneath our heart and lungs, giving permission to the diaphragm to float and be supported by the digestive tract, and then enjoying the possibility to have non-doing also in our ribs and our thoracic area, the lower part of our lungs, sitting on the diaphragm, surrounding the heart like a little chapel in the middle, giving permission to non-doing in the lower part of our rib cage, enjoying the natural gravitation and the result in our overall posture. And then connecting with a non-doing in the central part of our thorax and lungs, and also in the upper ones. Resting, sitting, gliding in the liquids of the organs and the connective tissue, resting and non-doing in the upper thorax, even relaxing and non-doing applied for our neck and our head, so they can be part of this process of surrender, gravitating, receiving the benefits of expansion, backwards, forwards, downwards, upwards, to the right, to the left. The larynx for the air, the esophagus for the saliva and the food drinks, and the spinal cord for the nerve circulation, but also for the support. Touching, filling our head, non-doing, for finding this inner upthrust, gravitating vertically down and up, front and back, left and right, and then also finding nice places for the hands and arms close to the hips. Choosing your authority for implementing non-doing as much as you can, which is quite a thing. To realize your doing is not needed for life to happen, and even often to happen much better without your doing with whom you are so identified. So implementing non-doing with the authority of your choice, choosing over perceiving, directing your experience by implementing change, implementing to not do for a moment in your hands and arms and shoulders. Of course, joining through the stressors, of course, not dissociating, but without reacting too much, if that's possible and of interest for you at all. Oftentimes we are so in love with our stress pattern, we just don't want to stop. And then if somebody tells us to stop, then we just go double stressed. So just see what are the energies that show up when you invest in non-doing. in your overall self-contact and self-experience. How close can you feel to yourself if there's less superficial chatter in the nervous system, in the neuromuscular system? Leaving your jaw open and becoming big enough to contain even paradoxical opposites like joy and panic, hatred and peace, fear and laughter, just in case you get many messages and contact to more complex, layered experiences. Continue to agree, continue to open up, continue to surrender, to want to know really everything about you, really getting rid of the fear of the dark bits, especially, really freeing yourself from depending on your imaginary kindness and friendliness, your good people attitude, with that huge hatred to those who are different from your idea of good people. Just become big enough to contain your whole world like you are projecting it right now. Enjoy the natural gravitation of the diaphragm and the breathing process being available to you every time you open the jaw. As is the whole expansion of your self and your organic nature by pulsating, condensing, expanding. Showing some things, making others disappear. Creating the illusion or maybe the reality of movement through experiences, states of consciousness, feelings and emotions. Just find your deeper levels of authority, of agreeing to yourself, agreeing to believe in yourself, which is connected, agreeing and believing. surrendering, investing in non-doing in this process. Sometimes experiences and realities passing by like when you look out of the window of a train, even though you don't do anything, things just pass by fastly. And sometimes they evolve very slowly, like a snail or a lava lamp. Just make sure you agree to everything that's running through you. Just make sure you invest in contact by surrendering to the wholeness of your self experience. Releasing the jaw, enjoying to be carried and guided, supported by the breath. Just following this Sometimes waves, they show their peaks and their top crown. Sometimes they open up very deep valleys. Just give permission to yourself to agree and continue believing in yourself, no matter at which level of this cycle your process is. And sometimes when there's no emotion, no much obvious material to process, it can be irritating. Can be experienced as emptiness and maybe even deadness or dissociation. Just aim at your higher self and your higher chakras. Ask for guidance, ask for the truth. Ask for the experience and understanding of your actual state of being, or stage of process. Remember, there's always access to the miracle in your energetic body and emotional body. And it's very unlikely that no situation around you would need a miracle. So, especially when you feel lonesome or insignificant or disconnected from the world or from people, just remember this function, which definitely is a part of your purpose. To embrace the next level of your own being by sharing yourself and your light and the miracles at a whole new level. So the ego's rhetoric of devolution instead of evolution can be ignored. The ego loves to say things only get worse. Look there, look there, look there, look there. You see everything getting worse. Do you believe me now? See? All these people that said things were gonna be better, they are just such liars. Give up. Give up your hope. Give up your friends. Give up your friendship concepts. Give up love. Give up relationship. Give up success. Give up health. Give up everything. It's not worth anything. Yeah. We need quite a lot of boobs and balls to face this nasty dynamics and energies every time they show up. Agree to yourself instead. Believe in yourself instead and use your higher mind and your higher experiences to expand your mind when you don't know how to go on and you feel tempted to fuck it up just to have something special happen. You feel there's a movement, something's going on, at least. We're saved from meaningless by some disaster. No, no, no. You promised to bring the freaking miracle. You promised to raise the frequency and the energy, not to dump it. You promised to trust in people, not to be disappointed in them. You promised to be friends with the world, not the judge of the world. So just get back to the authority of your awareness and choose again. Get rid of all the unnecessary and harmful doings and move back to your joyful places, your hopeful places, your powerful places, your places of believing and receiving, enjoying the light and share it. And if you like, use this determination to transit from your everyday awareness towards your towards your everyday awareness at the end of this guided part and recordings. Remember, they are available for 1 week, and I'm sure you know somebody who would benefit from practicing with this recording. So please, please, please help the beauty of life to spread through the world by sharing and telling people about what we're doing. It's really not obvious. It's really far out. You are the bridge. I need you. This work needs you too. Let's go for the sharing.